Not long after 3 teenage girls were arrested this weekend in Woonsocket, their families complained of excessive force used by police, even going so far as to compare it to what happened to George Floyd. Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm John DeLuca.
And I'm Tiffany Murphy. You can judge for yourself. Their cell phone footage of these arrests was a line crossed. ABC 6 News reporter Daniel Coates spoke with Black Lives Matter RI PAC and a law enforcement expert about the videos. He joins us in the studio with more.
Well, Tiffany, that law enforcement analyst tonight said while there are concerns of careless techniques by the Woonsocket Police Department, this incident cannot and should not be compared to the killing of George Floyd.
Chaos at Autumnfest now has dozens calling for justice after they say excessive and unnecessary use of force was used to de-escalate the scene. Woonsocket police say a man was defending his son who was under attack by 3 girls who refused to leave when asked by authorities, sparking the chaos. Parents of those affected spoke out today in Woonsocket, alongside Executive Director of Black Lives Matter RI PAC, Harrison Tuttle.
We have to answer and have to ask the question whether or not it was necessary to throw these 14-year-old girls on the ground, whether it was necessary to have multiple officers trying to de-escalate a situation in which the girls were already leaving.
Law enforcement analyst Todd McGee has taught defense tactics to police for decades and says use of force tactics start as soon as officers arrive on scene.
Once a police officer arrives on scene, all illicit behavior should stop. The first level of force for a police officer is their presence.
Those speaking out today also say the same tactics used to kill George Floyd were used last week.
The knee on the neck, the knee on the head is meant to lose consciousness.
McGee says an officer should place his knee on an individual's shoulder blade at a 45-degree angle.
The knee placement is something that needs to be looked at. The George Floyd incident, we had an uninterrupted 8-minute video that showed exactly what Derek Chauvin was doing. In this particular case, we don't have that much information in the form of a lengthy video.
While saying it's unfair to compare the killing of George Floyd, McGee cites this as another instance where police must use attention to detail.
If the knee does move, slip, slide, however you want to articulate it, that's when fellow officers need to be mindful of their brother or sister officer applying the technique. Watch your knee.
Woonsocket Police Chief Thomas Oates said the complaints have come from the teens' mothers. The man seen in the video where it appears a knee is on his head has not filed any complaints yet. In the newsroom, I'm Daniel Coates, ABC 6 News.